Another episode of Cooking with Auntie Sonia. Tonight we are going to do a little cook up, as I would call it. I went to the supermarket today and I said, I'm gonna try something. So I bought, for my island folks out there, I bought a cho-cho. I get a piece of one nice sweet potato and a nice piece of pumpkin. And I picked me up 2 cans of salmon, and a can of coconut milk. And I'm going to demonstrate the versatility of my all-purpose dry rub, just to see how it would flow in my little cook-up. So I'm doing a cayote, as they would say in Spanish, but we call it cho-cho in Jamaica. 2 small carrots, a sweet potato, and a piece of pumpkin. And I'm going to cook all of it up with 1 medium onion, a couple sprigs of thyme, a half of green bell pepper and a half of red bell pepper, half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, a couple teaspoons, let's call it 3 teaspoons of jerk seasoning. And this is my all-purpose dry rub. And I'm going to do it in some coconut oil. I have some black pepper and I have some garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go ahead and cook all of this in the coconut milk and the seasonings. And then I'm going to add my salmon in there. And you are going to see how delicious this will be. Well, you can only see it because you can't taste it, because I'll be doing the tasting. Alrighty? So ride along with me and join me as I do that. Alrighty? I'm going to walk over to the stove and get started. Half a cup of coconut oil. I'm going to go ahead and let that get heated. You can see that it's starting to heat up because that white is the solidification of the coconut oil, and as it's heating up, it's starting to get that clear look to it. And the first thing that I'll add to it will be my onions. You won't hear any because I'm putting it in there while it's just getting started. To my green and red bell peppers, my tomatoes, and the delicious all-purpose dry rub. And a little bit of cayenne pepper. We're going to go ahead and put our garlic in, because this is a cook-up, so everything is going to cook all at once. And we're going to have a spicy kick to it. Already smelling delicious, and it's not even cooked yet. So now I'm going to add my food to it, as we would call it in the islands. My potatoes. The potatoes look a little brown because I cut them from before. Stir it up so that everything gets covered up. This is going to have an extra spicy taste to it. And as you can see, all those delicious colors. And I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to let it cook like that for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add my coconut milk to it, and then let it cook for about 7 minutes in that coconut milk. The coconut milk will cut the spicy flavor, and then I'm going to add my salmon to it because the salmon is already cooked. So basically what I'm doing is cooking the vegetables and cooking the food, and then I'll add my coconut milk to it and let the coconut milk cut the spice but still give it that good flavor. So let me go ahead and turn the stove down to about medium and let this cook. So now we'll pour in our coconut milk, and we're going to let this cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. Just in that nice coconut milk. You see the pumpkin, you see the carrots, you see the potatoes, you see the onions, the peppers, the thyme. All that deliciousness. We're going to let it go ahead and get itself a nice cooked up bath in the coconut milk. And in honor of my Haitian friends, I'm using Haitian coconut milk. Our vegetables and our food cooked, and we're going to go ahead and add our salmon. We're just going to add it in there chunky, and we're just going to break it apart while it's in there. We don't want to do it too mushy, because we want to have those salmon pieces. And again, that's a canned salmon. Gonna move it around, and we're just, because the salmon is already cooked, so we're just gonna let it basically reheat and soak up some of the coconut milk and some of the seasonings. So we'll let that simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then it's ready to be served over a bowl of hot white rice, or it can be served just by itself. Alrighty, so as soon as we're done, we'll share the deliciousness with you. Keep watching. So here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The salmon has soaked up the seasonings and the juices, and we'll be serving it very shortly. Can't miss. And we're getting ready to serve this over a bed of white rice. And here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Salmon Cook Up, made with the coconut milk, the pumpkin, the cho-cho, the little sweet potato, onions, peppers, garlic. Once again, thank you so much for joining Auntie Sonia. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Join us again as we come up with another creative recipe that's inexpensive for you to try. Love you.